Welcome back, everybody. So glad you could be here with me today. Walter at the workbench with my ECE gents plane, which I've had for more than 40 years, making shavings. So, I just did a video explaining how I was taught to sharpen totally freehand. And there will be a long video following this. But I wanted to do a short version to simply show you the highlights. And we're going to make believe this is a sharpening stone because I'm already done. The process is simple. It's so simple. This freehand method is more than 100 years old. And how do I know that? Well, I was taught it from my master more than 50 years ago, and he was taught it by his master probably another 50 years prior, and so on back in time. All right. Regardless of how you were taught, at some point in some shop somewhere, a school shop, a workshop, or a factory, somebody had a grinder. And they established the primary bevel at 25 degrees. So from that point, it's easy peasy. The first thing you would do when you come into work in the morning would be to, and let's get a bench dog here and a bench dog here. Let's see, can I put these two together? Yeah, just so that things don't slide all over the place. Can you see? Let's use the front ones. Good enough, just so it doesn't move around. The first thing you need to establish is your back, or what is known as the face. And I keep calling it the face because if the company's name is on it, that's my face. But some people call it the back because we've been talking a lot about bevel up planes. Never mind. You go to the cutting edge side of the blade, and on your coarse sharpening stone, or sometimes you want to start on your medium sharpening stone, you lay it down and you establish that that is flat. Okay? If you can't get it 100% flat, don't worry about it. There'll be something that's coming in the process that will correct that. Now, you take your ground bevel, you go heel to toe, and you proceed in circular motions, in figure 8, back and forth on a little bit of an angle, back and forth straight. I don't care, but you want to keep moving around your entire stone. If you're using sandpaper, if you're using diamond plates, if you're using water stones or oil stones, the process is the same. With water stones, we like to establish a slurry. That's a whole nother thing. So now, you've established flat. You're going here on your, let's say, medium stone. You come up heel toe. You hone until that front edge is honed and you get a little bit of a burr. You flip over, you knock the burr off. You go to your next finer stone and your next finer stone, however many stones you might have access to. In the field, we usually had one combination stone. That's it, coarse and fine. You didn't have any other choice. So in workshops, they usually had more stones. Now here's where I was taught you make your final passes on your finest stone. You've polished your back flat, okay? Flat, flat, flat. No lifting, no ruler technique, nothing. Heel toe. You polish your front bevel. No secondary, no tertiary. Then what you do, on your final few strokes, okay, you are at heel toe. You're holding that bevel. On your final few strokes, you come off your stone, lifting ever so slightly. Okay, heel toe, polish. So effectively what we were creating, and we didn't know we were doing this, we were just sharpening. We were creating that tertiary bevel. Then, if you're good and flat on the back, you come off your stone on one side and you pull in on your final pass, you pull in and you stick your small fingers underneath the blade. And just as you're about to come off the stone, you lift slightly. There is how you take your burr off. And that's it. You're done. Finished. If you want, you can take it to a strop. And some old timers used to use the palm of their hand and they would strop the bevel off. It can be dangerous. If you're not confident, don't do it. Any questions? More than 100-year-old process. Works perfectly. No jigs, no guides, no fancy honing gizmos. Do I like my guides? Sure I do. Just lateral. I think that's a working man's cut there. So what do you think? Easy enough? I think sometimes in life we overcomplicate things. I mean, this is from a plane that has a wide open mouth and a single blade. There's no chip breaker. There's no chip breaking action from the front of the plane. So that's about it, everybody. I'm so glad you could stop by. If you want, stick around. Go watch the long video where I actually do the sharpening. And I hope you found this useful, helpful, maybe entertaining. Don't know. You never can tell. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Costs you nothing. And head out to your shop. Go make some shavings. After you freehand sharpen. Walter out.